Alright, we're recording now.
Okay.
Alright, so we're here on the backside chairlift, and we're going to be talking about the use of chains in the Sierra Nevadas.
Serious conversation.
So what do you have to say about chains?
It's serious. Chains are pretty serious. I would recommend first time doing chains, do it in the daylight. Practice out in front of your house first. But once you're standing in the snow, it's amazing how much faster you can get those chains put on than when you're out in front of your house.
About how long will it take to put on chains for a first timer, and then after, 3 or 4 times?
I would say you could do one wheel in 5 minutes.
What?
But one of the things you have to do is all the guys that come by and offer to help, you just have to tell them you got it under control.
So why do you say that?
Well, you got it under control. You don't need their help.
You're a badass chick.
You can just do it yourself.
So wait, 5 minutes per tire?
I think so.
5 minutes per tire?
How do you feel about that?
I'd say.
I can do probably a minute per tire.
Whoa!
Really?
Well, this was only my first time in the snow. What about the first time?
Oh no! First time I did it. It's straight in front of my house. So did it 3 times.
Now what is the environment like when you're asked to put on chains? Who tells you to put on chains?
Well, first you have to wait about an hour of traffic, and then you have to deal with a lot of cars trying to make 3 lanes where there's only supposed to be 2, and you have to get a little nervous because it's your first time in chains. You get a little nervous, and then
you get anxious. You're like gripping the steering.
Finally, there's a lot of people who put their chains on way before they need to, so they're just driving on the gravelly road, tearing up the road and hurting their car. But then you wait until you see the actual chain installers. But one thing that's really important is don't be the last car in the line, because then other cars might hit you. We want to pull into where there's a gap. If the car stopped, you want to pull in front of them, put your chains on, and then go on your way. And if a really impatient car comes up behind you, just hold your ground. They'll go around you.
So here's a very important question. Yeah. Typically, right about where you put your chains on, what would be the temperature?
Well, maybe slightly above 32. Yeah, I would say.
Okay.
That's where I turn on my motor.
And then, do you want to talk about driving a change?
Sure. We got about 5 minutes left on this lift ride. Keep on going.
Well, if anybody's still interested, anyone still watching them and falling asleep, when you're driving in chains, you want to find the grooves in the road. So follow the tire tracks. You don't want to really make your own tracks. It's not really like making your own tracks like a powder day. You just want to follow the grooves so that you don't end up slipping and sliding. And if you need to change lanes, just kind of traverse, like a traverse. Traverse. Don't go too fast.
So hang on a second. You only need chains if you only have a 2-wheel car or a 2-wheel drive car?
You always only put chains on 2 wheels, 2 tires. If you have front-wheel drive, put them on the front. If you have rear-wheel drive, you're screwed.
How do you know if
you would put them on the back if you had rear-wheel drive, but it's really not a good position.
So how do you know if you're front-wheel drive or rear-wheel drive?
You can look it up in the book.
Of your car?
Yeah.
Or you can look at the under of your car and see if you have a drive shaft.
Oh, female approach, male approach.
That's true.
Oh, you mean the drive shaft that's not like a bar that goes on?
It's a long bar that goes all the way to the back of your car. You'll only have that if you have a rear wheel drive.
Oh.
How about that?
Interesting information. Thank you, Cotton. Thank you, Grandma.
Now what if you have a 4-wheel drive car? Do you still need chains?
Not if you have snow tires. You have to have snow tires on all four wheels.
But I do bring chains though. 4 sets.
4 sets.
Sets of 4, I guess.
Okay.
You have 4-wheel drive? Yeah, with snow tires?
Yes.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Just in case, I need to tow somebody out of the ditch or something.
He's a good guy to have around.
What about a shovel? You need a shovel also?
It's a good idea to have a shovel. Oh, and bring your headlamp and wear a coat with the hood.
Okay.
And bring something that you can lie down on. We actually use the Whole Foods bags that used to be plastic bottle. We use that to kneel on, and that worked great. And then afterwards, we put the chains inside of that bag.
What about your newly painted fingernails? How do you protect them when you're putting
You wear gardening gloves. I brought my gardening gloves.
All right, we got about 3 chairs left to the top, so we're going to sign off here.
We are just ready for Tahoe.
All right. This has been Chain Talk on the Backside Lift.
Oh, but
Oh.